Okay.
So the South Florida Folk Society?
Let me say hello to everybody here real quick. We're now live on Facebook. This is Folk and Acoustic Music. I'm Michael Stock, and I'm in the studio with Cliff and friends. We have a static shot here because Keith is celebrating his wife's Alexis's birthday. Happy birthday, Alexis. So this is a static shot for the Folk Facebook Live edition. Michael Stock is my name. Folk and Acoustic Music is the radio show, and this is the live version of the radio show. And Cliff and friends, Cliff, Holly, Tom, and Jamie. And we also have Bertha over here, who's president of the South Florida Bluegrass Association. We might get a chance to say hello to Bertha this afternoon. And Rebecca is also here behind the camera.
That's Jamie's daughter.
Jamie's daughter, Rebecca. And so this is live, and the radio show. And is there any other business we have to take care of? Is this
Well, I
it?
just wanted, you asked me to plug the South Florida Bluegrass, or folk.
Well, you're representing the Bluegrass Association,
Right.
but the concert is Saturday is for the Folk Club
Yes.
Oh, okay, at Lunastar.
at Lunas.
Oh, okay.
Right, so I got all that together.
Okay.
When you talk, you might have to move a little bit closer, Jamie and Cliff, okay?
Okay.
Just a little bit closer to the mic.
Holly's good to go.
Holly? Well, Holly, yeah, you'll have to
Yeah.
move when you move
Holly's
closer.
going to do some talking too. We all are.
Okay. And we got 1 minute to go. I got everything recorded. And I think we're all right. Okay.
You get nervous too, don't you?
Well,
You still do. That's why it works. Though.
yeah. Well, I like the, it's not confusion. I like the excitement. I like the,
Yeah.
the
The spontaneity
energy,
of the
the
Yes.
energy,
Yes.
you know.
That's
Great. That's the same thing when we do the Everglades. Get all the energy.
You're doing it next week is the Bluegrass
The
concert?
first Sunday of
Next-
each
next
month is the
Saturday.
Bluegrass.
That's next-
But our Everglades, I have a flyer. Our Everglades is January 27, 28, 29 of 2023.
That's in December?
That's
No,
in
no,
January.
January.
That's
Last
Reynolds
week of
Park
January.
also.
But next Sunday you
It's
have
our
your
first
monthly.
Sunday,
Right.
monthly.
Okay.
At Reynolds Park.
Yes,
Okay.
at 1 o'clock.
Okay, 10, 15, 20 seconds. Here we go. Good afternoon and welcome to Folk and Acoustic Music. My name is Michael Stock here every Sunday afternoon on Public Radio, WLRN. Opening up the program, guitarist Sarah Jarose from her album Song Up in Her Head, an instrumental she calls Mansendorf. And I have some new music today, some old traditional folk music. It is Rosh Hashanah beginning this evening, so I'll play some Jewish music. And starting off the program in the studio right now is Cliff and friends. And Cliff, welcome back to the studio. Were you here? You were here before, right?
No, I was never here.
Oh, well, welcome to the studio.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Stock.
Cliff and Friends is the name of your band.
That's the name of the band. We do once a month, every month at Reynolds Park. We do South Florida Bluegrass Association Bluegrass Show, and it's all, you know, just people that just come and play. I mean, like there are bands, not as many as there used to be, but you know.
Well, first of all, are you a bluegrass band?
Yes,
Okay.
we're an old-timey country band more than anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
we don't do the super fast.
Yeah,
crazy
we don't
bluegrass
do the
stuff.
Bill
We do
Monroe
the old-
stuff.
That's
Well, except we're about to do Bill Monroe. Well, I mean,
Well, yeah,
you know,
he done this
the,
song.
the Lead Belly, the Bill Monroe version of a Lead Belly song.
Yeah.
This here is the more glosser version.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
so you do traditional songs, old
Yeah.
songs.
Yeah, we do a lot of,
Yes.
yeah, even some Stephen Foster from the 1850s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Carter
We do some of
family.
We have we hear Elvisa's voice in the back. You're gonna have to move this a little bit closer when you talk, okay? Thank you. And I know you, Elvisa, for many years because you also do belly dancing
Yes.
around South Florida. And Tom Tuttle is also in the band. Tom, you've been here before.
Yes,
Out
sir.
to the
About
studio.
2005 or 6, I believe it was, with Roger Sprung.
Roger Sprung, who's
Roger
a
Sprung.
legendary banjo player from the old Greenwich Village days.
Yes, sir.
And Jamie is also here on banjo. Jamie, have you been here before?
I was here many years ago playing banjo for Dan Aronson when I first started playing banjo.
Oh, really?
Yes.
How long ago was that?
I would say well over 10 years ago.
Okay, well that's not bad. You're 10 years and you're in a band, so
Might
that's
be
pretty
longer.
good. Is this your first band?
This was my first band, actually, Corn Country, Mort Glosser. It
Uh-huh.
was my first band. to pick me up, and I started singing finally with Mort. He was threatening to throw me out.
No kidding.
I was too afraid to sing.
This is a spin-off of Corn Country.
Corn
and
Country.
when Mort died, he was, what, 94?
91.
91, and we just decided that it was best not to use his name. And Cliff and Friends is, for the lack of another name, we used that, and it's just kind of stuck.
Well, I remember Corn Country.
Yeah.
And they're a very hard to band to live up to.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
I remember
Here we
Mort.
are,
Yes.
except without Mort.
Meet
And
Mort was one
without
of my
Michael
better
Hatcher.
days.
I remember Mort was a popcorn?
Yeah, Pop
Yeah,
Corn.
popcorn.
Popcorn, of course. And well, Holly, do you remember who were the other members of the band?
Oh, there was a lot of them.
I was in Corn Country 21 years.
Tom, what was your name in the band?
Clem Cornpone.
Yeah, I was Juniper Cornpone. She's Jasmine.
I was Jasmine.
Yeah.
At least my name was easy.
Well, so Cliff, you can't go by your real name.
What was it? It was Claude? No, not Claude.
Clyde.
I
No.
think Clyde.
Might have been Clyde.
But your name
I
was
think it was
Clyde?
Clyde.
No, my grandfather's name is Clyde. And my brother's name is Clyde.
Oh.
Middle name.
Uh-huh.
But my middle name is Cliff. My first name is Harold.
And did you play with Popcorn?
Oh yeah, I played like 6 years, 7 years.
Oh,
At
really?
least, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least.
At the end, it was pretty much, I kind of controlled the band because like he was really
He was a
going
character.
down.
'Cause
Oh God,
I
he was
remember
great. I love that
He
guy.
was very hard of hearing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I don't think he sang on tune, did he? Or
He did pretty darn well. Right up to the end. And like when her son and her grandson, he would lay on his bed on basically his deathbed and play the harmonica and sing.
how sweet.
At the end, very
He
end.
kept
Yeah.
going.
How sweet.
He kept that
Yeah, he
attitude.
performed at Grenell's like a month
Yeah.
before he
Yeah,
died.
his
Yeah.
birthday was the 4th of July, and he played that show.
Popcorn.
And he went October 16th or something like
We were in the
that.
hospital when I brought the harmonicas
Yeah.
down. I played with
Yeah.
him in the
Oh
hospital even.
no.
Yes.
Corn Country. And he had a place down in South Miami, is that?
Yeah, El
the Red
Banjo
Line.
Ranchero.
El
Yeah.
Banjo Ranchero.
That's what he called
We
it.
used to rehearse there every weekend.
Really?
Yep.
It's awesome.
For 7 years, you and I drove down there
Yes.
every Sunday,
Yes, every Sunday.
which was a 134-mile round trip for me.
It was
Yeah.
very special. I mean,
Yeah.
it was very rare.
Yeah, it was good. It
Yes,
was good
my
for
best
me.
friend.
Yeah. And you're carrying on the tradition of Corn Country?
We all are.
You all are?
We are.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what song would you like to start off? Well, start the songs. What
We're
song would you
going to
like
do an old, it's Carter song. It's written by Lead Belly, and we don't do it. We do it just a little quicker.
Yeah.
And it's
Well,
in
and
the
I
key
should
of C.
say that we used to do this. I would be singing it as a duet with Mike Hatcher, who you also knew, and we unfortunately
Mike
lost
passed
early
a
last
year and a half
year.
ago.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yes.
so we had his nice deep voice in there, and so I'm kind of high on this one because that was the part I did in conjunction with Mike. But now we don't have Mike, so
Okay.
you just have
Mike,
to hear me.
losing Mike was a real loss.
So anyway,
Was he a member of Corn?
yes,
Oh, yeah.
he
Yeah.
played bass
As well?
guitar
Yeah.
and sometimes mandolin, but yeah, and
He
you
was
know, we
more
would-
glue in the South Florida Bluegrass Association than anybody really realized until he's gone.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Here's Cliff
So
and
let's do
Friends.
it.
Okay, Tom, let's kick it off.
With
Well, you certainly have a good time when you
Yeah, we
sing.
do. Yeah,
Yes,
we
we
do.
Wow, and you know, especially In the Pines, that's a sad song, isn't it?
Well,
It's
yeah.
like a depressing song.
There's a lot of them that are like
We
that.
undepressed it.
Yeah, I sang at a wedding. I mean, we asked first if it was okay because they wanted old timey music, and I was like, yeah, but what about like death ballads and stuff? And they said, go for it. So
You sang that old wedding.
yes, right.
Okay.
Did like Banks of the Ohio and
Wow.
you know.
Talk about a murder
Those are
song.
murders, another murder ballad.
What's the other one? Long Black Veil?
Yeah, it's a great
Yeah.
one. Well, that's a
That's another great murder song.
great.
We don't do Tom Dooley.
No, that's another. That's the most famous murder ballad of all.
Yeah.
Cliff and Friends, they're actually going to be in concert next Saturday night at 8 o'clock at the Luna Star Cafe, part of the Folk Club of South Florida's monthly acoustic underground concert series at Luna Star. And that's the next Saturday. Luna Star is at 775 Northeast 125th Street. Cliff and Friends. Is this the whole band?
No. Ed Pierce is, his wife is in the hospital. He was going to be here. He had got a call. He went to the hospital this morning.
Oh, that's
He's
too
our
bad.
harmonica
Yeah,
player.
he's our harmonica player.
Okay.
A lot of times, Dave Chernin is the bass player, and that's Jamie's man.
Mm-hmm.
He sets up sound a lot, and he's kind of like a PR guy. She put him on an airplane this morning, didn't
I
you?
had to put him on at 5 this morning in an airplane this morning. He had to go to a business trip.
No.
Yes.
So he
Well, that was
missed out
planned
on
at
the radio
least.
there.
You know, exactly. I just got back.
Sometimes Charlie Hudson helps
New
us
York.
with the fiddle.
Okay. Well, which reminds me, Jamie, your banjo picking there is pretty good.
Yeah.
Thank you so
she-
much.
She plays
Appreciate
guitar,
that.
Very
banjo,
beautifully.
studies classical piano,
It's been a while since I've been playing.
plays harmonica.
It was very difficult to get through this song. I just lost my mother, and my mom was my inspiration to play my music.
No. What was your first instrument?
Guitar
Okay.
in Sloan Kettering, New York, in a cancer hospital. I was very ill.
How long ago was that?
I was like 11 years old.
Okay.
That was a long time ago, and I'm doing just fine now.
How did you find your way into Cliff and Friends and Corn Country?
I just moved down
Cliff
to Florida.
found his way into her.
He found me, actually.
She was in corn country before me.
Oh, is that right?
She took me there, and then Tom Tuttle walked in, and I said, "I'm sticking." I'm sticking. When Tom came in, he's a very
Well, then-
rounded musician.
Well, then, Cliff, how did you get to be the leader of this band?
It just happened. You know, I'm kind of I stand up front a little bit, you know, and like
Have you been members of other bands?
not really. I mean, I used to do a lot of single acts, and back in the day, I did some live radio and live TV and stuff like that. But
What
you know,
day was that? Where?
Well,
When?
here in Florida, I did the Dick Vance show on Channel 51. He had the Coconuts back. This was like 73 and 4. I think.
Channel 51. That,
Channel
that
51,
was
yeah.
You needed a special antenna to get Channel 51.
Yeah. Well, but it was fun.
That was before cable.
It was before. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There was no cable yet. Not even. You know, actually, I think that was a different frequency TV.
Okay.
Not your regular 3 channels. It was on the
Channel
on the,
51, and there was also a
HRF
channel.
or something like
There was a
that.
channel 39, I seem to
Yeah.
recall too. This was going way
Well, it's
back.
Telemundo now.
That's right.
What Channel 51.
So what did you do for Channel 51?
I did original songs. All I played was original songs. I was on there maybe 6 times.
No kidding.
And I'd do 2 or 3 songs, and it was all stuff that I wrote.
And so how long has Cliff and Friends been around?
Well, we've been playing together for what, 12 years now, 14 years,
At least,
14
yeah.
years, yeah.
Something like
for a
that.
14
while.
years.
That's quite a tribute to Corn
Yeah.
Country.
It,
isn't
it's
it?
tough because we all live so far apart. Like Tom there, he lives in Florida City, which is, you know,
South.
That's a quarter mile before you fall off the end of the earth.
Yeah.
I live in Pompano,
Which is north.
which that's at the other end of the spectrum.
Is that racetrack still there?
Yeah,
The, harness?
They're tearing it down. They're going to tear it all down.
Oh, they're not
I
racing
heard that
anymore.
Samsung or Amazon bought all of
Oh, is that
it.
right?
I believe that's what.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Up by the Walmart.
Mhm.
I
But
know
they,
that is,
the-
yeah.
all the racing's done.
Okay.
They had this was their last
That
season
was-
at the Pompano Harness Track.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You know, they're building a highlight farm town here in Miami
Yeah.
Oh,
too.
well.
Well, anyway. And Tom, have you've been in a few bands, I assume?
I started out playing open mics, and the only band I really was in was Mort's band, Corn Country.
No, why? Why is
And
that?
and then in Cliff's band
Did-
after.
Did Mort invite you? I mean, how did you end up in corn country?
Well, I met him. I saw an ad in the paper one day for an old mandolin for sale, and I down in Homestead, and I went and bought it. And the guy I bought it from was playing in Mort's band, and so that's how it happened. He introduced me to Mort after a while, and I went and auditioned for him, and he asked me to join the band.
And you didn't have any ambition to join any other band. This was the band.
Not really.
that-
I was just playing out on my own, open mics, pretty much like Cliff was doing.
So corn country was just a fun band. You
Oh, yeah.
really no recordings, no.
But Mort really was institutional in beginning the South Florida Bluegrass Association. You know, I mean, like they pretty much put that together on his porch, from what I understand. You know, back in the late 70s.
50 years
No
ago.
kidding.
You know,
Yeah.
or not even late 70s, early 70s.
And the South Florida Bluegrass.
We're the oldest.
Bertha, right? Do you want to stand up and just say a word or two about the South Florida Bluegrass Association?
The mic's over here.
Okay, yeah, well, actually,
You're now the new president since how long?
Been for
Have you got
since,
closer,
I've been
please?
president since 2010.
Oh, so that's a long time. I'm sorry. I
A
thought
long
you were-
time, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
And like every other music organization, you struggle for new members.
New members, and now we need more bands. Our bands have dissipated, fallen by the wayside, either moved away or
COVID
some
killed
passed-
us.
A lot of
and
members have
COVID, and
passed
some
away,
passed,
too,
you know.
you know.
But back in 1971 is when our charter was started, and it was Bill Caudell and Sam Hunter and Justin Mason's grandfather,
Jim.
Jim Mason. Basically, they used to go out. Initially, Charlie Hudson, our
Fiddle
one
player.
of our fiddle players that won in the
5 times
national
Florida
championship up there in what was it? It used to be Yeehaw Junction at one time. But anyway, they used to go to C.B. Smith Park and play,
Mm-hmm.
and then they come down to Ives, and they organized, and then back in 2021 we had our 50th anniversary.
No kidding. It's
It was
great
the
for you.
longest running musical organization down here in South Florida.
The South, and you still have monthly concerts.
Yes, we have.
And
first
yearly,
Sunday-
the Everglades.
We have in our Everglades, January 27, 28, and 29 at Reynolds Park,
That's your annual festival.
our annual 3-day festival.
You can camp out. You can bring a camper. You can set up a tent
In Grinnell's Park.
at
At Reynolds
Park.
Park,
a lot of
on
fun.
Miami Beach,
Okay.
22nd Avenue and 185th.
The
Or
very
Miami Gardens Driver.
the very first Everglades that they did, Bill Monroe played.
Oh, really?
And
No, I
we had
didn't
that
know
at the Ives Optimist Club off Ives Dairy Road.
I was there many times.
Oh, yes, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
That's we're talking about the South Florida Bluegrass
Bluegrass
Association,
Association, correct.
and information on your website.
Yes.
But Cliff and Friends right now are going to be playing at the Luna Star Cafe next Saturday night. And how about another song?
Okay.
Go for it. What do you got?
I'm going to do a song that I wrote for my father. I was born and raised on a farm in Ohio.
Were you always a songwriter?
Yeah, I used to be. I haven't written anything in a while. I write stuff down, you know, but I haven't really written a song.
And when did you write this song?
Probably 1974, 75. And it's called We Are Farmers. It's in the key of G, guys.
All right.
The growing of the wheat, the plowing of the field, the tossing in the middle of the night, wondering if our crop will yield, and the helping of a heifer on a cold winter's night, to see the first born calf, to see the morning light. We are farmers, and we're proud of what we are, even though we travel up to town. Can't afford it all. We are the backbone of this country.
was Cliff singing this. What do you call it?
We Are Farmers.
We Are Farmers, and so that was for your dad.
I wrote that for Dad. Dad died at 47.
And at age 47,
Mhm.
I was a young guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was a young.
How old were you when he died?
15, 16.
And what happened to the farm?
Well, it had to go. Mom
Really?
had to sell it.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yes,
That's
it
not a
is.
good
Yes,
thing.
it is. But it is what it is.
And where was this?
This was in. I was born in Dublin. The farm was in just inside Delaware County, Ohio, and a little town called Powell.
How did you find your way to South Florida?
I had some uncles that lived down here, and I just needed to get out of Ohio, so I came here. I was like 19.
And when did you pick up the guitar?
Just maybe a year before that.
Okay, back in.
Yeah, back I was probably 18 when I started playing
Any
around.
particular reason?
Well, yeah, I had a brother that got killed in a fire, and it was just a bad time, and the guitar was a consolence.
Oh my gosh, Cliff,
Yeah.
you had a tough life there.
Yeah, I was born in America. This is great.
Okay, what did you do? Well, obviously you weren't a musician.
No, I had an uncle that had a company that built drywall and acoustic ceilings and stuff. We did Nova University. I carried in all the acoustic ceiling and everything for the Hollywood dog track when that was being built. You know, that was how long ago that was.
You obviously
Well,
retired.
he's a woodworker and he
No, I'm
builds
not-
beautiful
no, I still have
cabinets
a-
and
Oh,
I have a
yeah.
wood shop.
Furniture and-
Oh,
I'm
no
still
kidding.
very active.
Very
Still
good
building.
for you.
But if you're on a ladder, walk down.
yeah, I fell backwards off
I
the
fell off
ladder.
a ladder there
not too long.
about a while ago, and that's not good.
No.
No, that's not good. Safety.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus.
Cliff and friends are in the studio, and could you come up with a better name than Cliff and Friends?
Oh,
I
gee,
told him to
thanks.
use Cliff Notes. I said Cliff Notes because it's musical
Notes,
and
so
it
that-
still says Cliff.
That's cute.
Right?
No, I mean it's a fine name, Cliff. It's just I don't know.
I get both sides. I get one person that comes along and says, "Well, Cliff and Friends, now you can do better than that." Well, that's perfect. You know?
Okay.
And it is perfect because anybody can join in. I mean, like nobody gets thrown off stage if they want to play and they can play. I'll let anybody join in.
So how many members of the band have you been?
Well, we at one time there was 14 of us. wasn't there?
14 of us up
Yeah,
there.
at
Yeah.
least.
Well, that's
But
not
a lot of
regular
those
members
guys,
of
Mark-
the band. That's
did-
just
did you
whoever
know,
joins in with us at a particular
Marvin
show.
Weinstein.
I'm sure he was the
Yeah.
public safety.
Right, he's a
Yes.
great guy. He played in the band.
Oh,
Marvin
that's
did.
right.
He played
Yeah,
mandolin
he
for
played-
us.
He
fiddle,
played bass in
bass,
corn country for
bass.
many years.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's no longer with us.
He's up to, no, he's moved north.
Oh, did
he
he?
retired
Okay.
and
Yeah,
moved
he
up
moved
north.
up
I remember he was
He's
gone.
Live Oak. I think he's in Live Oak. If you're listening, I know he's not, but I love what he's a great guy.
No,
Marvin.
he was.
Yeah,
He
he's
did a
a
lot
great
of
guy.
good work here.
Yes, he
in
did.
South
He was
Florida.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I hadn't heard that name in a long time. That's
Yeah.
so strange.
I-
You're bringing back memories, and just thinking about popcorn brings back some fun memories. I did a
Yeah.
cable TV show with him a while ago.
There was
Yeah, I saw
Pat
that
Hill
on
went
YouTube
through the
not too
band with
long
him,
ago.
and
I
a
don't know.
lot of different people.
Yeah. And Corn Country lives on. You should have, if you're not going to change the name of the band, at least give the members of your band funny names.
Oh,
I already have a funny name.
Yeah, Tom Tuttle. That's
no.
my
Jamie
funny name.
Joplin, funny enough.
God.
In the
Man.
studio with Jamie, who's on banjo, Tom Tuttle on guitar, and Elvisa, who's the name you go by.
Elvisa.
El-
But don't worry about it. I get Elvisa, Elvisa, Elvira,
Yeah,
I
Elvira.
call her
Elvie,
Elvis.
Elvis, El.
And her real name's Holly Holloway. Now that's a funny story because with Mort talking to him, he'd start talking about this person using their name, and he goes, that was Minnie Pearl.
Minnie
Yeah,
Pearl.
yeah, he knew all those people.
Oh, yeah, really?
Oh, yeah, he
Well,
knew them all.
He was
the-
friends with Grandpa Jones.
Yes.
Oh, Grandpa Jones was amazing.
Yeah,
they
they
were business partners.
They had a record studio together, and
They were business partners.
Yeah.
He was the photographer for the Grand Ole Opry for like 20 years.
Mort was?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I just found out recently, I didn't realize it, but Grandpa Jones, he wasn't a grandpa when he started in
No,
the business.
well, that's another story, but my dad said that. Yeah.
He was just a regular comic, a young guy who put on this grandpa persona. Anyway.
Yeah.
Cliff and friends are here. They're going to be at the Lunar Star Cafe on Saturday. And you play every month at the Bluegrass Association.
We've played every month for the last 2 years, not missed a month.
Yeah.
Well, but we've actually been
during-
playing there like the last 11 years
You know.
and hardly missed a month. But
Yeah.
yeah, for the last couple years, solid for sure.
You have a lot of fun. And do you bring new songs into the repertoire?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, I do.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you all do that? Or?
Yeah, Tom does an awful lot of John Prine. He
Bob
does
Dylan.
like Bojangles, songs like that. He does some Doc Watson.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
that.
But no, you have.
Jamie writes.
I
Jamie's a
write some
writer.
music.
Oh, no kidding. What?
Yes.
You write for who?
Basically, just some, spin off of bluegrass. Some of the songs are pretty much inspired some country, some folk.
Will you be playing it next Saturday?
I
We'll
might
probably do
a
this
couple
train.
tunes.
this train,
Yeah.
one of my songs.
This is very good.
And if I could say, we're also going to be at Grow Fest October 15th and 16th, which, Margie Pekarsky from Be Heaven organizes that at
Grow
Fruit and
Fest.
Spice Park.
Yes,
Grant Livingston will be
Okay.
taking turns with Grant. So Grant, who does a lot of Everglades and nature songs, will be one of the featured performers, and then will be the other featured performer. So
Sabatella.
I don't know if
Matthew?
Matthew's going to be
Matthew
there.
Sabatella, I believe he's involved. No?
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's
No,
Grow
not that I've-
Festival?
Yeah, the Grow Fest.
I mean, Matthew's
Oh, the
amazing.
Grove.
Gotta
You're
get-
talking about Grove?
Grow Fest.
Grow Fest at
That's
Fruit and
what it's
Spice
called.
Park.
Oh, that's okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, 15th and 16th
And
of
it's
October.
sponsored by Marge at
Kidding, wow.
Be Haven.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot better than that section we had in COVID where you couldn't do anything.
No.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
terrible.
You want to sing?
So, well, we could do a yodeling tune for you if you like.
Uh-oh.
This is a Carter family tune.
We'll finish up with
Kick
the
it,
song,
Tom.
okay?
Okay.
We'll finish up
Kick
with
it,
the Carter family tune. And before we start, whose idea was to do this song?
It's mine.
It's one,
It's one of yours?
oh, well, I mean,
Well,
today it was
today-
his idea,
today-
but
Oh, not
I've
today.
been singing.
Oh,
But
no,
you
she's
brought
been
it to the
doing that with
band.
Mort forever.
Yeah.
Okay.
What song you gonna do?
Sweet Fern.
Oh,
is the
okay.
one
The yodel song.
Cliff,
Be a bit.
Cliff picked.
It's the
Yes.
yodel song. I like
Okay.
it.
Yes, Cliff and Friends.
So
That's the
hopefully I can yodel. I was out a little late last night, so.
Uh-oh.
Wait. What were you doing last night?
Well, I belly danced at a restaurant, and then I went to watch some friends play, and I was like singing along, screaming and yelling Iron Maiden,
She's
Black
all over
Sabbath.
the
I'm like, I
place.
need
She
to be
performs
quiet
all the time.
because I got to sing tomorrow.
She's all over Facebook.
Yeah.
I mean,
When you perform with Cliff and Friends, you don't do belly dance.
I actually do, and it's funny because I was sitting here while he was doing a song, and I'm like, I left my finger cymbals in my purse outside of the studio. I usually play along with some of the songs we do on stage, so
That's
I
fun.
bounce around and have fun.
That's great.
But it's funny because you were asking about how we got in the band, and I met Mort back in the mid '90s, and he had asked me to be in the band. But at that time, I was kind of just getting into belly dancing, and I thought he would be sort of too conservative. And, he made a couple jokes about it, and I thought that he would, like, dissuade me from it, if I was around him too much. And plus, I had another friend that I was kind of doing a music project with, so I didn't join the band.
Well,
And then we kind of lost touch. And
Mort
one
didn't
day...
ask you to be a belly dancer in the band.
No. He asked me to sing.
Okay.
But he did ask me to be we had planned to do a belly dance banjo thing because when he finally did get me to join, I was at the Homestead Post Office, and I had walked out, and there was a car pulled up kind of haphazardly halfway on the sidewalk, and Mike had run into the post office, and
Mike
Mort was
Hatcher.
sitting in the car. And it was funny because I had not seen him in years, and I walked out and I was like, "Hey, Mort," and he goes, "When are you joining the band?" And I was like, "Damn it." I'm like, "Okay, fine, I'll go to the next rehearsal." But then the funny thing was that he ended up getting to see me perform dancing, and he was so complimentary and encouraging of it. And then he was like, "We need to do a little number together." So we never got the chance to really make it into like a featured piece. But like I said, I do bounce
That-
around here.
that's
and there
rather-
a
we
little
don't
bit.
miss Mort or nothing.
But that no,
I do miss Mort very
But
much.
that's rather progressive of Mort. Too.
I was really shocked.
Yeah, I
So.
would be too. Because I when I think about it, I don't know of any belly dancing or Middle Eastern type influence into an old time band.
Yeah,
You know.
Well, he does Spanish
that's
Pipe
neat.
Dream, and she gets out and dances to that.
Okay.
I do. Yeah.
That was
You know,
so.
and that was when Mort was around too.
Yeah.
So,
He didn't have a problem with
you'll
it.
have to
No.
come see us.
He
Cliff
enjoyed
and
Right?
Friends next
Okay.
Saturday at Lunar Cafe, courtesy of the Folk Club of South Florida. And what's his final song? Oh,
Sweet Fern by the
Sweet
Carter
Fern by the
family.
Carters.
Yes.
Be very right.
Yeah. Waltz. Springtime is coming, sweet some bird or echo in the woodland I hear. Down in the woods, so lonesome you're singing while the moonlight is shining so clear. Well, I know it's away in the far distant land that is over the sea. Go fly and singing your sweet little song and tell him to come back to me. Sweet bird, sweet bird, sweet bird, oh tell me is my darling still true? Sweet bird, sweet bird, sweet bird, sweet bird, I'll be just as happy as you.
That was fun.
Cliff and Friends, live in the WLRN studio.
And we are friends.
You do have
Yes, we
fun on. Do you have fun on stage?
Oh, yes.
when you're
Yes,
busy?
of course.
Jeez. Cliff and Friends.
Oh yes.
They'll be at the Luna Star Cafe for the Folk Club of South Florida's monthly concert Saturday night. Luna Star Cafe, 775 Northeast 125th Street in North Miami. Information at 305-799-7123. Do you have a website?
No.
Okay. I know the
I
South.
do text message.
Okay.
Email.
The South Florida Bluegrass Association
Yes.
has a website.
Yes.
You just
Yes.
Google South Florida
Facebook
Bluegrass
page.
Association for their monthly shows. Cliff, Tom, Jamie, and Elvisa, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank
Thank you for having
Thank you,
us. We
sir.
appreciate
Thank you,
it.
sir.
Here's
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Here's Cricket Still. Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let me say goodbye to everybody here.
Rocked.
That's it. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next week. All right. Let me stop it. Finish.